Welcome to the DC, the Dingy Corner podcast.
Hi guys, so there's been a lot of misconception out here about tenders. I don't know if you've ever done a tender before or if you've ever supplied anything via the tendering process or the RFQ process. So maybe you can tell us in the comment about your experience from the tender. But today we are here with Mr. Loyford, and Mr. Loyford, if I may ask, so what's your definition of a tender?
See, a tender, many people perceive the word tender as a jargon word, ama kitu ngumu sana. But a tender, I think you should look at it from a perspective that government wants to purchase something, or private sector, a big company want to procure something. They start in a structured way to make sure that there's people feel a sense of fairness and value for money as well. So the entire process, from the first point that people initiate or a tender is initiated, to the point that people bid for the tender, to the point that someone wins the tender, to the point of you supplying for the items that you have won for the tender, that is the entire tendering process.
So that's a tendering process, right?
Yeah.
You've said something about people feeling value for money. Is it suppliers? Do we pay money to bid for tenders? Ama who is feeling that any value for their money? Ama is it two ways?
There's some tenders that suppliers do pay for.
Okay.
I think it's a convenience fee. You may see tenders that say you'll have to pay per category, I think 2,000 shillings, 1,500, upwards of 3,000 shillings. That's a convenience fee. You're not paying for the tender.
So by convenience, like if me as a normal person, if you're telling me that I'm bidding for something and I have to pay money for me to bid for it,
I mean,
then I'll have that question in the back of my mind. What if I'm paying some money, I'm expecting to also get something out of it? Is it guaranteed that I'm going to win that tender if I'm paying that convenient fee? Is it like a gambling? Is it gambling? Basically, is tender gambling?
The convenience fee that you're paying, you'll notice a price mostly in the private part of it.
Okay.
Like the private companies are the one that initiate the convenience fee. And why do they have the convenience fee? I mean, shortlisting a list of 1,000 plus people needs some facilitations.
Okay.
You may need to go somewhere in an hotel, stop what you're supposed to do and get into that kind of formality, so that you'll have to evaluate the tender. So it's more of a convenience fee in the private sector.
Okay.
But when you look at the government side of it, they don't have that fee. Like you'll see Parliament posting for a tender. The fee that you'll be asked for actually is, I think, the tender board or tender security, which is very different from you paying for the tender.
So you've introduced something else new. What's tender security?
I think tender security is the amount that you put in place just in case you mess things around. I'll give you an example. You have told us that you'll supply us, let's say, let's go back to the time, COVID times. You have told us you are going to supply us with masks. Take, for example, mask. And then you don't show. We'll use your tender security, to look for another thing or look for another option. It's more of a convenience again for the guys who are tendering. Yeah.
Okay. But now that brings up another complexity. Probably, I don't know if I should ask in this particular video per se, if I'm paying that tender security, it means that if you're going to utilize my tender security, right, it means that you're supposed to also pay me for the service, because you're using my security to procure the services, right?
See, what happens most of the times, the tender security, it's not like you'll come up with a 2,000K or 200K and deposit or have it together na ile bash unapeleka nao tena. It's just a letter from the bank saying that Moffat tamsimamia in the event I misbehave.
Now, what if Moffat misbehaves? Because most likely
never
Moffat misbehave. Now, what will happen?
And also, you should not misbehave as a supplier. So if it does something with your credibility, your credentials and credibility, people will start fearing you as a guy. This Moffat guy, No, a very serious fellow.
Not a very serious fellow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think tumeenda sana. Maybe we can just start now from that initial point when you come to introduce here about the tender itself. So is it like this is one form of tender, and there's just quite a number of tenders?
There are various forms of tenders. There's that tender itself that they call a framework contract. A framework contract, in an event that you have a framework contract, you are the only person legally who is supposed to procure that specific thing.
Service.
Let's say, for example, a framework contract for beverages and drinks, and you're the guy who has won the tender.
The tender, yeah.
You'll do it for the 3 or 2 years that the framework contract is about. And then there's another form of, I want us to limit ourselves to 2 types of tenders.
Okay.
The framework contract and the RFQ. And then there's a third one which comes in the part of the RFQ. They are more or less intertwined. It's called request for registration of suppliers.
Suppliers. Oh, there's that registration of supplier
registration
form or
of
something.
suppliers. So at times you may see an advert running somewhere. You are registering suppliers for the financial year, let's say 2026 and 2027. So after you have been added to that supplier register, it's at that point that you start receiving those RFQs. It's not like you'll see an RFQ advertised.
Oh, so now you have to be registered as a supplier for you to be able to access the RFQs.
Yeah.
So that means that you will be in a pool of other suppliers, and now compared to how competitive you will be in terms of the pricing and other services, maybe quality-wise and all that.
Capacity.
And capacity, that is now what will inform more about you getting the jobs, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. So the other thing maybe that I'm sure a lot of Kenyans, maybe a lot of people would want to know is tenders only for big cooperatives and big companies? Me as an individual, I can do it, or anyone can actually bid for any tender? They are normally limited?
You see, tenders are for everyone.
Okay.
I mean, before Kibaki ended his tenure at 2012, introduced something called AGPO. That is access to government procurement opportunities. Where the AGPO group, that is the youth, that is 18 to I think 35, if I'm not wrong, women, and women, there's no age gap. Also for women,
it's a through pipe. Anyone even below underage, as long as you're 18, you can actually.
As long
for
as
men, there's an age gap.
Yeah. For men, we are not less privileged.
So they consider women as less privileged than the AGPO.
You see the empowerment thing. So it's actually trans from for men, you can only be a youth. If you're no longer a youth, you're not viable.
You're not viable.
The youth period ends at, let's say, that 5. And then there's a PWD, persons living with disability or different disabled, which are actually legally entitled to 30% of the tendering budget or the procurable budget of any organization.
So is it just for government organization, or is this applicable even for the private sector?
You see, for government procurement systems are completely different. The government is more into set regulations, and then it's more of government is more of a welfare thing, and private sector is more of a value driven. So most private sector have not adapted the AGPO thing because they are more, value driven, not the other way. Okay, that's so basically you what you're saying is even if you are a minority in any category, let's say you are a lady and or you're even disabled, you can actually bid for tenders as well, right? Yeah.
And the government actually will give you some sort of preference if you actually fall under the category. So is it that now the government will say that we are giving this tender out, and we require that people under the minority or people under the disability category to bid for it? Or is all the tenders that are advertised by the government open for those communities?
Actually,
Do they limit?
In the tender advert, you will see, for example, supply of, let's say, furnitures open. Under the category, under the people qualifying, it's open.
It's open.
And then you see, let's say,
Women encouraged to
provision of credit. Persons living with disabilities. I don't know why they like giving them credit. And magazines. It's a capacity issue. They want to give you something that you cannot fell short of supplying. And then you notice those sensitive things such as transport. They are open. Yeah.
I think
and the other times that they go deeper and say internally, let's say credit, it's for youth. Let's say water, it's for women. Yeah.
Okay. So I've also seen a lot of people saying that, oh, I bidded for a tender and it didn't go through. There was all those funny things that people talk about tenders. So what do you think are the things that make people not win these tenders more? Because I'm sure for every tender there's always a qualification matrix. Is it normally stated, or is this information not open to everyone? That is.
See, for a tender document to be complete, it has to have those mandatory requirements, technical requirements, and they are well stipulated in the tender document. You may lose a tender because of something as minute as you thinking paginating is not an issue. And then you see, if you cannot follow the tendering regulations word by word, you may end up losing the tender. So there's a lot of technicalities in the tendering process. You may overlook a word such as paginate your document sequentially. And then you see there's a difference between paginating sequentially and just paginating. Paginating is 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 blah. But when you are paginating, there are other people that require you to have page 1 of 200.
Page 1 of 200, page 2 of 300. So it can be I'm sure those are things that a lot of people could actually overlook. Because actually, personally, I don't think I would have thought about it in that aspect, especially that page 1 of page. I would have just gone to the normal word and it would have given me the pages and I just submitted the document. Probably. Now brings me to the other question. Do you think that these technicalities, information, are just a way of people figuring out how to eliminate people from the race? Is it, or what value does it now offer?
If you looked at a tendering process as a way of, let's say you have a company, you are looking for employees. You have to be very rigorous about the people that you're going to select. So that's the reason that they have a lot of, let's say, things that they look at. I've used paginating as one of the aspects. Let's say documentation.
So paginating falls under technical or just falls under?
There are some points that it's mandatory.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason that it's mandatory, let's say the page 1 of 200. They don't want someone, maybe, in Kenya, someone may come and insert your documents in between.
Another page.
Yeah, so if your documents in a page 1 of 200, then you're bringing something else that is saying page 50 of 250.
And which is this 250 page?
Inconsistency. You may also lose a tender because maybe the tender closes at, let's say, they prefer closing the tenders at 11 or 10.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Yeah.
Oh, that is the closing time.
Yeah, closing.
They'll give a date and time as well.
And then you are there as a Kenyan with our bad time management culture. You are there at 10:01. I think Kenyans only observe time when it comes to tendering.
Oh, that's the only place where
time is applicable. And then you'll notice you'll be there with your documents. You'll go home with them.
Okay.
That's another reason that you may lose a tender. You see, they are there to see the seriousness of Moffat as a supplier.
Okay. Basically, I have to ensure that I qualify in all aspects, both the technical, that is following the instructions that they've placed in each and every other document, And other than just the technical bit, what's the other thing that maybe makes people not?
There's a mandatory bit of them, like you are told to attach a 6 months old CR12. Then for some reason you find it twice for you to attach a CR12 for the last 2 years. I mean, look, this guy never follows instructions. They want to also measure the capacity that you have. For example, let's say they want to see how many years have you been there. They also want to see the history. Can you demonstrate your history in a structured way?
So meaning that actually startups are at a disadvantage for some of these tenders being advertised, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think then? Is there like a room for startups also to bid for these tenders, or are there tenders that are open for even the startups to bid for? Because I'm sure some of the people that are watching will probably want to know more about if maybe there are some startups that are being opened and guys also want to be part of these tenders. So Ama now that will bring the other part whereby you have to go get your uncle who has opened a company who hasn't been using it now, because some of these mandatory requirements bring about this kind of now the cases we normally hear around. Mtu ameenda ametumia an uncle's account that was dormant for how many years, but alikuwa ameregister earlier just because it now qualifies for bidding and all of that.
See, the beauty about startups, most of these startups are usually started by young people who qualify for a reason or the other.
They might qualify under AGPO.
Yeah, you see, when you look at if you take a tender document under the AGPO part, it's not as vigorous as the open category. You'll notice, take for example, an incident that on the other side they require outside accounts. On your side, they may ask you for an M-Pesa statement or a bank summary, a bank statement, which you cannot compare bank statement
with the other and financial statement for the last 6 years or 4 years and all that.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying to our viewers is, even if you start up, you can still always bid for tenders, but you now figure out what is the smarter way of you bidding for any tender, unlike just bidding directly as any other supplier.
And the other thing, you may be, let's say a startup in the construction side of it. Let's say the road construction and such. But you have capacity. Let's say you have 20 trucks. You have 10 caterpillars. You see, you have been there for just a single year.
But you have the capacity
to execute. So there are other factors that they look at. And I believe if you put those caterpillars and trucks in your books, someone likes to refer them, they compare an upper hand somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't know now. Maybe what will you tell your viewers who are watching today, probably on HAKIKA Bids? So, what do you do as HAKIKA Bids? What do you think HAKIKA Bids? How does HAKIKA Bids now come in to help anyone who's trying to bid for a tender?
See, HAKIKA Bids is more of a bridge between the procuring entity and the tenderer. You see, most of the time you may not be keen to notice tenders that go through on a daily basis.
Okay.
I mean, tenders are raised every day, less even 200 or so. Everyone is procuring something at some point. In your day-to-day, as a startup, maybe you'll notice that you have a lot of things on your plate. So what HAKIKA Bids does for you, we monitor for you tenders on your behalf. And whenever we see a category that you qualify for, we'll give you a message for you to get informed. There's this tender that is floated. We have started the process for you. We have started the bidding process for you. If it's a tender that doesn't require pricing, we'll just move forward. Since you have your credentials, power of attorney and everything, we'll move forward to completing the tender. But in the event that the pricings are required, we'll still be there to guide you and tell you, hey, this pricing that you're putting, remember last time ilikuangusha. I think look for a strategy.
You at least advise them based on whatever the competitors, the trends are. Also who the other guys you're bidding against are also
or the market range.
The market range. Yeah. Okay. So what are some of the things that you put maybe in place to bring that confidence to your customers that other than because you've mentioned that you have the KYCs, you have the power of attorney. I'm just curious to know what gives them that confidence in HAKIKA Bids, and how have you ensured that there is that trust between you and them, and they're not feeling like they're just paying money, and or do you guys handle cash, or what's the process flow like? Actually, if I wanted, let's say I'm an individual one, you can answer as an individual one. You can answer it the second thing if I'm a company now approaching you, because I'm sure there's some people who are watching who are individuals and also want to bid. There are some people who are watching who actually fall under the category of AGPO that will also want to bid. So can you work with all these categories, or do you just select a specific category?
Actually, what we do for individuals, I'll start with individuals as we grow with the hierarchies.
Okay.
If Moffat walks in, and Moffat as a company, ABC Limited, which supplies sanitary tiles, we look at the tender that you have. You see, when individuals walk in, they have a specific tender. Maybe one time is not on their side, and they feel they need someone who has that manpower to work on a tender within even a day, or even lesser time. We look at the document and tell you, these are the requirements. We list them down for you. You need, let's say, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, the entire list. We go through it together. If the list does not require, a tender registration fee, we'll proceed with the tender. If the tender requires a tender registration fee, you'll have to make the payment and give us the proof of payment, the PP. Same way to corporates, that we mostly look forward to having a contractual thing, because of the data protection and all those things. We sign with them NDAs and act on their behalf. Let's say ABC Limited. We make sure that every month, we do at least 10 tenders for you.
Okay. You mentioned something important, the number of tenders. So what affects the number of tenders that you do for your customers?
There's actually a subscription fee. If you subscribe at, let's say, I don't like saying premium, and I don't like
so you have
they are less premium. But
you have packages that
we have packages. So there's a package that you can subscribe for 10 tenders a month, 20 tenders, going upwards, or even unlimited tenders. So I believe there's a month that tenders go slow, but if we notice you're also human beings, and the other times that tenders are at peak. If you have been our client consecutively, like we can see this person has been our client from January all the way to December, there's no reason that will not even overstretch during that time that tenders are so much floated, to make sure that
you actually
the gap is brought together.
I think that's really interesting. I'm sure the other thing that maybe people want to know is how can they reach out to you? Do you guys have like an email address? Or?
We do have an email address. That is Loifort at hakikabids.com. I think someone will share it somewhere. You can also make a call. Our number will be there. Our processes are not limited to people bidding.
That's the other thing. It's not only bidding, right?
It's not only bidding.
What about now the other side? Because I think when you mentioned earlier about HAKIKA Bids being more of a procurement, I expected that there's more than just bidding for tenders. What's the other aspect side of it?
Actually, I focused more on bidding. Ina affect
mkulima yoyote actually.
We also deal with companies. Let's say you're a startup. You don't have resources to hire a full-blown procurement department. We come in for you, help you to procure these things. Come up and help you maybe come up with a procurement plan for the year.
So basically, you are a fractional procurement person on behalf of customers, on behalf of clients, and all that.
The other side that you help clients, most on the corporate side. Let's say that you are coming up with a tender. You don't want to get inside the whole hassle of advertising for the tender, going through the entire paperwork, which it's draining. You just want.
So by paperwork, you mean reviewing the tenders as well after the guys are bidded and all that.
Who qualified? Are these papers accurate? So we go through the entire process. For example, next year January, I need suppliers for that year. Just tell us suppliers for what. Then what are you looking at? Suppliers for what in your office?
Okay.
We'll advertise it.
Then we advertise it and you follow up the whole process.
You see, we have a lot of clientele. We'll have them submit their bids and make sure that you have a competitive list for you to handle with. Saves you the advertisement fee, the hassle of going through the entire pages looking for this guy, all these categories. So these tender guys solve the entire thing for you.
I think this is something I've actually noticed. And for me, it's been important because, anyway, having been in a sales profession for some time, the fact that you've mentioned that you only focus on this and you have people who are actually focused on this and you can actually do it in less than a day or even some few hours. One thing I've noticed, one thing I've felt has been a challenge for me has always been the fact that sometimes tender takes time. And as a salesperson, you also have the normal day-to-day sales that is happening. So if someone or something can actually save me a few minutes, so that I can focus on the most important things, and they can just focus on ensuring that that tender document is filled the right way and the information provided is also correct and everything. I think that could really be a good plus thing for even in my capacity, the things that I'm currently working on.
So you see these salespeople, they spend less. You see, people don't do something that frequently. To them, it seems like a jargon thing. Inakanga rocket science. Ama quantum physics. Ikikuja kwa meza yetu within less than even 2 hours, you're done with the papers, done with everything. You send you soft copy. If it's a tender that requires a presentation physically, you look at the document, inasema ikuaje. Ikue spiral, ikue imebaidiwa.
So you only submit, or do you guys even follow up after submitting? So what we do basically, maybe you can just give us an idea of the process from end to end. So you bid and you also follow up to ensure that then the handover process to the customer. Maybe you can just
so what happens as well. We don't have the legal obligation to perform the tender. That is the only thing that we don't do.
Okay.
But from the start, we bid for you.
Okay.
We present the document there.
Okay.
In the tender opening process, we list for you your competitors.
Okay.
You see, we have that. There's a quite delusional. You are the only person bidding. So we list for you. There's a time I went for a tender opening process. And the person I was doing the tender for was very delusional. They thought they're the only people supplying it. Only for me to list a list of 70 plus people
suppliers
on that category. You don't adjust these prices of yours.
You might not need.
And shocking enough, in the next phase of it, the guy won the tender. So we even do follow-ups.
Okay.
Let's say we have submitted a tender for you and we have noticed maybe 2-3 months we have not received any feedback. We'll call the procuring entity. Hey, what happened to that tender? You see, you already get obligated to know the reason that you did not get the tender. I think I've shown you before. At least, a written document saying that you failed.
The award letters.
And the reject.
You're either awarded or you're either rejected.
With apologies.
Or without apologies. Okay.
So we bid for you, we do follow-ups, and then after you win, we'll tell you whether you have won maybe a tender for, let's say, Mega Age Group. Mega Age Group has given you this tender. So We'll introduce you to the gauge.
Okay.
And the rest is up to you.
The rest is up to you.
And if the RFQ processes, whenever you have any RFQ, we'll make sure we submit the RFQ within time, because we actually ask our clients to give us their rates frequently, so that we don't keep on asking you, saying that the rates.
So basically, you keep up to date the information that they have. Is that now process of following up with the customer each and every other time and confirming that the rates that you have on your side are still up to date, so that when you continue bidding for other tenders, they're within the current rates that the companies are offering.
So
I think that makes it a lot of sense, and makes it easy for me even to think of the whole process. And even now, the other thing that I would want to know is, if I'm paying HAKIKA bids, what is the guarantees that I'm getting? Because I'm sure that if I'm putting some money in it, I'd want to know, are there some guarantees that I'm guaranteed, or am I just putting money and nikama niko in a gambling? That's the other thing I could ask. I think the other time, tenders might not be gambling. Yes, you mentioned, but me putting money in HAKIKA bids, is it a gamble?
Actually, you putting money in HAKIKA bids, number one, in a that upper hand. If I take you down the memory lane, you remember ile time ya World War?
Sikukua.
But you remember them saying, if you fight a battle from many fronts, you'll win. Like una fight on sea, on air, on land, you definitely win. Sabu your guy on air nakwambia there's someone ako na boma, unajua bede how to get ways about it. So I want people to look at HAKIKA bids as if we are fighting a battle from many fronts. I reckon if we do 10 bids for you within a month, chances of you getting even one bid are very high in comparison for you to wait for
we've done one tender
a full year and umeallocatwa moja.
So basically unasema, if you increase your chance, you actually increase your chances of winning, because you're able to do more, and basically from it they're able to also get results. So have you been successful? I'm sure I don't have anything, you can't maybe probably verify it, but wewe unaweza kuwa unajua, how have you been successful?
Our success rate is so far our success rate is amazing. I don't want to put a percentage to it, because it's tied to a lot of things. Some of which include pricing. But the sure thing is, we may start with you winning a single tender, but over time you'll notice that the number of tenders that you win in that year are more than whatever you've been
winning before. So basically whatever you guys do is, you come and understand these are some of the tenders that they've been doing before. This is the success rate that these companies have been doing earlier, and now you figure out, based on that success rate, on how they've been doing, how is now HAKIKA bid coming in and ensuring that you actually increase the success rate from whatever they've been doing, right? Okay, I think you've really answered quite a number of the questions that I had. I think the rest I'll leave it to the viewers to maybe tell us if they have any questions other than the questions that I've asked. Najua, you can always reach out to HAKIKA bids. And
before I close it, you see many companies struggle with numbers. And then you think the solution to numbers is maybe reducing the number of employees that you have. Thinking like that's retrogressive kind of thinking. If you want to win this kind of argument about numbers, you need to go out there, bid as much as you can. I mean, other than the physical networking, I consider bidding and tendering as a paper networking. If you stay in your offices and then you think, our competitors are doing 10 times than you're doing, and you don't put in the numbers or the effort to make sure that there's a guy there bidding for you, you will get frustrated in life. You say economy is very bad.
Well, there are some tenders at your disposal that you're probably missing out.
Utabrain mpaka mtufungulia gate, useme afungua gate
mapema. Alifanya ukachelewesha zile karatasi, printer ilikataa.
Ujipate unakula wamenandi increase your frequency.
Okay, I think now it's clear. Our viewers know where to get, the viewers know where to get Hakika Bids, and if you guys have questions, you can always ask. Mr. Loyford will definitely be